So on this episode of Make or Break, I have Mr. Adam C. There he is. He's got parts all the way from Ultima, and behind us you can see that Mr. Masterful Mechanic, Mr. Wigley, has been getting involved. On this episode, he's going to get the radiator in, he's going to get the rear brakes in, we're going to hopefully get the exhaust on. What else are we going to do?
Get it running!
Get it running! We're getting it running!
So, there we go. I've got one more fan to bolt on. As you can probably see, one more cooling fan, which is just there, waiting to put on. Other than that, the front end, as far as I can go with it at the moment, really, I need to get underneath it properly so that I can panel in this section. Because at the moment, you can see a lot of floor and a big chunk of wood. I need to get a bit of alley paneling in there, and then I can make my battery tray back up, because the battery sits in there. And then I can start to sort of finish off the odds and ends and the bits of wiring and bits and pieces. But yeah, bolt the wheels back on. And for a minute, that's as far as we need to go with the front. Looks like a car again. Well, not that it looked much like a car in the first place, really. It was more of a go-kart, aren't they? But yeah, it's a bit of a change from before. I don't know if Sam's got any shots from before. Hint, hint, Sam. Look at that. Should bolt this rad in quick. Nope. Fan. I've got to make some mountings for the radiator. It's, at the moment it's Bluetooth, but I need to figure out what I'm going to get. I would like to get some rubbers to put in there, like there was. This side, it's got a rubber, but that rubber's a bit knackered, so I'd like to try and replace both of those with some stiffer sort of just universal rubber mounts. So I'll look into that in the coming hours, probably. But for a minute, let's just bolt the fan in. So it's relatively simple. There is only one way it can go, which is handy because one side has got a flat and the other side doesn't. Both the flats face each other when they're bolted into the car. So that means that it's going to go that way. Easy peasy. The only trouble is I've lost one of those. That drops in there. I think I've got them on the bottom. 1, 2, yep. Caution. Fan may start without warning. It's kind of the idea, isn't it? And we've got these nice little Allen bolts, and they just thread directly into there. It's a bit fiddly because you've got to try and get the nut to line up, but it's nothing I can't manage. And then just nip it up with an Allen key. Repeat that 3 more times, bolted in. That's everything electrical now, all bolted in. Well, other than the last 3 bolts on the fan, but that's easy. So in theory, I can finish routing and clipping up my wiring loom now. Obviously, I know that that is the earth terminal, which bolted up to here. I've got 2 sets of the same plug, which are for the fans, obviously. I've got 2 little spade terminals, which go on the temperature sender, and then that, I can't remember if it was actually plugged into anything, but if it was, it would go into the front clam, because it's in the same branch as these, and both of those 2 multi-plugs are all of the lights and controls for the front clam when the front clam flips. Everything else is all wired in. The washer pump's all wired in and plumbed in. I've got sort of linkage out on the wipers yet. The brake reservoir is all wired in. I haven't filled it with fluid yet because I haven't connected the brake lines up yet. Waiting to find out what we can do about hose fittings, because it'd be nice to change those. Got our alley paneling in the bottom, which is nice and shiny. Not that you see it. I've got 2 pieces to rivet into here, obviously 1 each side. That's basic and simple. I've just got to cut them down because they were supplied in squares just here. So once I've got the radiator fixed off, I can then just mark and measure each of those. It would probably be beneficial to have it that way, have a foam strip on our lip, get some sticky back foam, you can have that up there, have a foam strip so that it's got something soft to meet the radiator, and then we'll rivet along here, because the holes exist in there already. Obviously I will consult Samuel, being the owner. Bit of alley paneling, bit of plumbing up. Oh, we need to sort the water, the coolant hoses. The steel pipes had a lot of surface corrosion. They're not actually that bad, but they're not very pretty. To try and get some silicone hoses, try and get some yellow silicone hoses. Realistically, anything will do. Just needs to work and not leak and have good flow. It's the main issue. I need to make sure that I can bleed the radiator properly through our small little breather pipe. Obviously, this was cable tied before, as I mentioned earlier. It's kinked the pipe. I'm going to get those kinks out and I'm going to P-clip it as opposed to cable ties, because that is what happens when you cable tie rubber pipe. It kinks, and then you end up with bad flow, and then you end up with air getting trapped, and then you end up with engines that go bang. We don't want an engine that goes bang. We want an engine that goes rum rum. These pieces of aluminium went that way, like that. Angle bit is up towards the radiator with a foam strip, and it faced inboard like that. So I've got to cut them through there somewhere, just hold it up, mark it, which I can't do with one hand, so I'm gonna have to do that off camera, and then just chop off the excess and then we'll rivet it in wherever it can fit, find some foam tape, and that'll be that. Easy peasy. We need to go and get those cut. There we go. That was a lot easier, nicely guillotined, and yeah, easy peasy. I've got one there, which is passenger side, which will fit down onto there. Right, rear brake. Let's hope they take a little bit less time than the fronts did, because those front brakes, they were a nightmare. Exactly the same as the fronts, really, just that we've got these little handbrake calipers, which I've just got to clean the brackets up for and paint them if I can, throw it all back together. As you can see, probably in the background, I've made a start on blacking or re-blacking the inside of this rear clamp. It would just look a bit nicer if it's all a bit more fresh. I wouldn't mind trying to take the alternator off and giving the alternator a proper clean, because as much as it's clean, it's still a little bit oldie looking. The rocker covers have come up pretty good. The carburetor, we're going to probably take that off and give that a good clean. Might even put another carburetor on it. The water pump and all of that's come up nice and clean. All of these hoses have come up nice and clean, all these Samco hoses. I might not need to get any more tetanus shots working on this car, which is a result. Stop talking, yeah, I know. Just get on with some work. So everything here has all been nicely prepared, ready for me. First thing I'm going to do is offer the disc on, I think. So the problem I had before was that where these discs are such a tight fit, they weren't all the way home, and that is all it was. Let's get our caliper mount on then. That way, that's a nice fit, look at that. Hang on. Where this one's been cleaned, you can just about see, can you see that down the camera? The imprints of those ears, so they bolt that way, like so, not there, like I thought. I'm gonna have to just try both ways and see which way the disc fits. So, put you in there, put you in there. Oh, my phone does not stop. It's you on the phone, Sam. Hello, Sam, on the phone. I'm talking to Sam on the phone while I'm looking at Sam's camera.
How you getting on?
There you go. Sam Hard can now co-produce his YouTube channel from the phone. This is Sam Hard, the voiceover guy.
You okay?
I'm okay, yeah, I'm just fitting some brackets on some rear brakes. Well, I'm just putting I've had the discs on, but I've took the rear discs back off so that I can get the caliper brackets on. Because the bolts for the caliper brackets hide behind the disc, so, yeah, it's all methodical. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Fitting some brakes, as if by magic, while on the phone. I got one nut left to put on. I'm not going to put it on very, very tightly at the moment. Don't everybody at home go, oh, you haven't done those nuts up. And don't everybody at home go, oh, you don't really want to use nylocks. I'm just trying to get the fitment right and make sure that I'm not going to go insane when I do a proper fit, because that did my head in. Anyway, brake disc. Woo! Okay. Should we have a look at our rear calipers? Yummy. Another box from EBC. Oh, and more stickers. Oh, hang on. Am I being stupid? They went on the front, didn't they? They went on the front. Do you know what? I'm gonna leave that till tomorrow. Oh, I'm going home. See you tomorrow. Right, welcome back. It's the next morning. Before I hit record, for my own sanity, I took the liberty of just mocking up. None of this is tight, you see. Mocking up where the rear brakes are all gonna lie, so that I don't have the same problem that I had last time, which was spending, what, a matter of hours trying to figure out why I couldn't get the brakes to fit, only to realise that the disc wasn't all the way home. Our handbrake caliper is all lined up and ready to use. When that's all clamped up, you'll see that you'll have clearance. There's no pad in there that you can see the gap. That all just bolts on. I've got to get some nuts and bolts and put some nuts and bolts through into the hub, but easy peasy. I'm well aware, anyone that's eagle-eyed, that these top suspension arm bolts are loose. That's just simply, one, I haven't tightened them up yet, and two, I haven't tightened them up yet for a reason. I might have to pull the hub over to be able to get the shock in. I'm hoping I don't have to, but you never know. So, yeah, let's lift all these calipers off and get the disc off so that I can get all the brackets bolted up properly, and then we'll fit the rear brakes. No messing, just fit them. And then we'll do the rear shock, and then I'll start looking at getting the manifolds on, try and maybe make up our HT leads, although that's not a huge issue. We've got some filler necks coming, I believe, because those are very perished. Look at that. I don't think that's going to pass an MOT somehow, looking like that. We've got some of those hopefully coming from Ultima, along with a couple of other little bits and bobs, wheel nuts and bits and pieces. So I'm not going to talk, I'm just going to do. clean that off, give that some paint. Doesn't need to look pretty, it just needs to be black. Because that's not fiddly.
Okay, so first of all, me and Adam C are going to whip these rocker covers off. There's one each side with these lovely breathers on top that say Edelbrock. We're going to take these 4 10mm bolts, or ½ inch, or no, they're 1/4 inch, and we're going to undo these and get the rocker covers off. Then we're going to take them to the sandblast cabinet, and we're going to give both of these a sandblast and see if they come up a little bit better. If they do, at that point, we will decide if we're going to take our inlet manifold off and do exactly the same. Hopefully at that point, then we can replace our HT leads. Josh is going to finish off the caliper on that side, because this side looks absolutely fantastic. He's going to do that side and put the rear shock on and do that, and then we're going to fit our lovely exhausts that are up there. Then we're going to put the new oil in it, new oil filter in it. We will then at some point work out how the coolant pipes work, but today the aim is to get it running with just the headers on. No cans, just headers, and see if we can get some flames. Oh. Adam C likes flames. He likes fire. Right. Into this well-organised toolbox I see here, someone's been busy putting stuff away, which is very unlike Mr. Wigley. There we go. There we go. So, a little bit of a twiddle, Adam. So you just tweak them just one little bit, either side. Right, there we go. So there's my 4 bolts completely out. We're going to remove them. They've got the washers on there as well, so all 4 of them are out of the way. A little bit of a lever bar, I reckon, in there, a little screwdriver. A little bit of it. It's aluminium, guys, so remember to be careful. So a little bit of
Aluminum.
a wiggle.
Aluminum. Aluminum.
Right, so my rocker cover is loose. So with a little bit of a lift, I don't want to damage these leads. That reveals our absolutely stunning. Look at that for a rock cover, nice and clean.
Is it clean inside?
Nice, look at that.
Yeah, that's good.
Lovely and clean. We're going to take our gaskets out. I think we may have replacements, but I don't want to damage these if not. So I'm just going to pull them out. We don't want to get any sand in there. There's one over there on the carpet. Adam C is working on the second one.
This one's being a bit...
Oh, come and have a play. Going to plan.
all done.
Dipstick holder, mate. So as you can see, she's in a pretty bad state as it is. I'm going to shut this door and you won't be able to see anything, guys. I do apologise, but my cameraman here, Mr. Adam C, is going to film me having a little bit of a blast and see if we can get this looking a little bit better. Let me hand that over to you and let's give it a go. Not that I can see anything at all.
So you want one hand on the gun, Sam, and the other hand on the tube. Then you can rattle the tube round and don't force it all the way into the sand. Just leave it floating on the top level where it's loose.
Yeah.
It tends to work a bit better.
You can see it on the camera.
You can?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you'd have done the whole thing by now.
Oh no, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Look at that. A lot better. You're getting all the alley out. Getting a lot better. We're getting all that paint off, see? It's just going to take a long, long time. Okay, so we've got these new parts from the Americas, which includes our bright yellow HT leads and our distributor cap. As you can see, the distributor cap doesn't have the coil section in the middle, so we're going to take this one off. But what I want to do is something a little bit more strategic. You can see here, okay, the distributor cap only goes one way. So it goes on like that, right? Which we're going to use in a minute. But in here, which is the one part we are really going to need, is the fitting kit. So we've got a couple of trim pieces in there called rubber seals and our electrodes and our actual rotor itself. So a couple of Phillips screws and a couple of 7mm, and we should be able to whip that off. Okay, what I'm going to do first, so I don't mess up my placement, is I'm going to remove these HT leads one by one.
That's almost a clever thing to do.
And put them.
Yeah.
I reckon somebody told him how to do that.
I think so.
Just before he.
So I'm just here to judge. That's my only.
That's all right. I feel the judgment coming in hot.
Good.
So that's one rotor cap, leads all swapped over at the moment. Now I'm going to whip this dizzy cap off, which is a nice flattery screwdrivery. And our cap should lift off. There we go. We've got a couple of leads going in here, which is our tachometer. So one of these leads here will send the RPMs to the speedo on the dash, and the other one, the Rippermers. There she goes. So she's pretty groggy and pretty minging. We're going to swap this part over here in just a moment, and it is pretty minging as well. I'd like to clean it up really, but I don't think we're going to be able to clean it up very well. First things first, there's our sexy new cat. It's nice and red and sexy. There we go. So that's our distributor cap, and then that's our fancy new one.
I used to have a chrome alternator on the Cobra.
Now what we need to do, guys, is this part here pushes through here onto the coil, but as you can see there is a gap on that one, and on our old distributor cap, wherever the hell I've put it, right there in front of me, this one here has got the little plunger, and that comes new in the kit. So I'm just going to undo these bolts here, and we can remove this top piece. Okay, so we've taken the cap off, and you can see this coil pack sat inside here. So we're just going to undo these bolts, and then we'll transfer this coil to the new distributor cap. There we go. Okay, so
You went straight to the royal family.
this one here goes in the middle. So we're gonna, so that's clipped in there, so that's out of that one. And that is our old cap, so we don't need it. But mentioned earlier, there's a rubber gasket in there with that plunger in the middle. So we're not going to reuse that one. I'm going to put that one down there. Okay, so that's our little electrode there, which pushes down in there, so it just sits in the hole. And that goes over the top and lets the spring come through the middle. A little conductor stops it going through. There we go. Next part is our coil pack, which we're going to drop in through the top. But the most important thing is not to damage these little leads here. They slide in, that one and that one. So there we go. So they just push down, and they will connect up to our cables in just a moment, and our screws will go back in here. So I'm just going to grab them real quick. And what we're doing now, I've got that there, just so I don't damage it. I'm just going to push that back and just drop that on there like that. There we go. Pick up our screws, which are over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all right, Josh. It's all going to be okay. Everything. I'm going to take this to the air blast, to the sandblaster, and give it a clean, because it's absolutely disgusting. Yeah. Let's go. So as you can see, it's just a piece of plastic that is covered in dirt and oil. But I reckon with a bit of a blast, we can get this looking a lot more pretty. Let's do it. Hello. Let's give this a go. Look at that. It's a lot better. I might finish that rocker cover quick while we got a bit of wind. Give it a blast with a bit of black. So that has been completely, well and truly sandblasted. It's a lot cleaner. Give it a dusting of black, I reckon. It'll look like brand new. That looks more gooder. I'll let that dry. Right, so we've got our rock covers done. So now we need to get the HT leads, Adam, see?
Oh yeah,
So these are our high tension leads. Sparky
That's
leads.
what it stands
That's
for.
what it stands
I've never
for.
known. I've never thought to ask. I've never. Oh, yellow.
Look at them.
They match the. Well, they're a bit more orange.
A bit more orange.
Orange.
But these are for a Chevy V8, which means hopefully they will fit. But my hands are a bit grubby for working with nice yellow leads. Right, so what you do, Adam, if you go around the other side.
Want me to do one side, you do the other?
Yeah, so if you pop those two back on for a second, clip them on.
Yeah, which is
yeah,
which.
so they should
There
be,
you go,
that's
yeah.
it, like that. They will only go one way. So what you do is you lay these out nice and neatly, and the length you'll be able to match up. So this one here is too long for that one, but if you follow his length, let's pull one off. So do one at a time. Let me pull this one off, I'll show you. I'm gonna need it.
First time. Oh no, that's a bit short.
Actually, let's do one over it. It's already disconnected. So, there we go. This one here, I've taken off. And we're going to find
I think that's the
through
short one.
this lead here. We're going to go through the set and see what one is the nearest in length. So he's too long, and that one there is also too long. So our nearest contender
I've got mine.
is this one here. So you found one that is the same length.
Oh yes.
Perfect. Right. So what you do?
I need to undo that bracket first.
Yeah. So I'll grab you
I think it's close to a
do with one a bit longer actually for this one. We're going to go for one of these. So we're going to go orange on this end.
Too fly to be coming down, dishing out game for the free. I'm way too fly not to go around the numbers up and hit them with a fee. You way too dry to be hating on the dripping.
Although we can make them look prettier. We go finish that rocker cover. Then that can go back on, can't it?
Yeah. Jason.
Donovan. Sam Bingo. So as you can see, this is our original rocker cover, which has been dilapidated, a little bit minging, and this is the one that we have just vapor blasted. You can see that clean aluminium. It is absolutely immaculate. Look at that. Very nice.
How have you done that?
Look at this. Look at that. Night and day. Right, who's up for it? Trick. I might have to leave that in the video. I might have to.
Well, get around, I get around.
Adam does get around.
It looks good.
More gooder.
More gooder, more betterer.
Our sexy bolts. So there we have it. Our rock cover looks amazing. Looks so good. And we may have used a cheeky bit of silver thanks to this guy revealing all my plans.
Well, now it matches the alternator that definitely
go.
wasn't painted
That
either.
wasn't painted either. Adam, do you want to go and get an exhaust? I think
I thought you'd never
get
ask.
the one on the right.
The one on the right. Oh,
That's the left one.
I was too excited.
Was that a genuine mistake or was that deliberate?
Don't let the truth.
Get in the way of a good Sam Bingo! If you hold the exhaust muffler,
Wait,
the
what?
bottom bit, you hold the bottom bit, I'm going to wiggle this out.
Oh, I see. Wait. Use your legs, don't use me.
There we go. Thank you. Right. So this is our sexy exhaust that has been Cerakoted thanks to Roy's vapor blasting. Now, Adam, see, over there is 2 packs of gaskets, if you can get them for us, please. If I can have them. So we've got square ports here. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what gasket fits best.
Probably the square one, because these are
Maybe.
circular.
But, yeah, I think you are right. We
Yeah.
just need to, but these, they're not quite circles and they're not quite squares. We're going to go squares. Squares.
Yeah.
So what we should be able to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to marry these up to our ports. And as you can see, I made a bit of a move by
Oh, yeah.
fitting the HT leads, but that's fine. So there we go, hopefully. Look at that. They line up absolutely perfect, nice and square. So we're going to leave that there like that just for now. We can wiggle them in a minute. And then down there, Adam, see in that tray, some nice sexy brand new Allen key bolts. There, them brand new Allen keys. I need 2 of them.
Yeah.
So first of all, I bought these guys because they've got that little Allen key in the middle and a 10mm on the outside.
They are sexy.
Very sexy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get Adam C's help
Hello.
in here to hold that exhaust.
Someone's put a camera and a tripod in my way.
Right. The main important thing is to twiddle all the bolts in first.
By hand?
By hand, because what you don't want to do is round them off. You put them back. That's fine. I'll go back them. So in this kit that I bought, you've got another couple. So I don't know if you want to try and twiddle some more in where you are, or if you can see anything. So there we have it. The exhaust manifold is completely on. We had a bit of an issue with one of the bolts, took it back off and re-threaded the bolt with a tap. Then we've got the rocker cover on. He's got this sexy little air cleaner. Look at that. Imagine how sexy it's going to look. But it's all coming together. Next thing, we're going to go back to the air blaster, which is over there, and we're going to finish off shot blasting the other side so we can get the other exhaust manifold off. Let's do it. Right. So now what we're going to do is put this gasket all the way through. Thank you very much, Mr. Wigley. That slides all the way through there. Absolutely lovely, jubbly. And then we're going to get our next exhaust manifold. So our secondary Cerakoted exhaust manifold to be fitted. Outside one's on first. There we go. There we go. Oh, actually, while we've got the camera on, I think you should unbox it.
So we got
they look really
pipes.
Yeah.
They just don't. I don't know that they're.
That is worrying. I don't know.
It might be okay.
They're a little bit smaller. A little bit.
They're a little bit smaller, but you know what? It looks like it's just ballooned like that.
Yeah.
So it looks.
I think it's just squished.
They're really nice.
On another note, do you want to see my nuts?
Yeah, let me get your nuts out, bruv.
The other thing we bought was some lovely, nice, just new wheels.
New nuts, lovely. I might dust them in black.
The trouble is with doing that, the second you do them up,
yeah.
you're going to see the silver shining through.
Yeah.
I'm going to go finish off this rock cover.
Yeah.
And then we will. Can you fit the battery while I'm gone?
I can stand
Yeah, let me put this on you.
somewhere in there. We've got nothing to mount the battery on. When Sam took all this apart, he took the alley panelling out of it and didn't realise that there wasn't a great deal holding it in.
Yeah.
Drilled a one rivet and the piece of alley dropped with the battery and it all just went down the pit. So I don't actually know whether this battery is any good.
You have to take the top off so you work out where the base sits.
Yeah, it's gonna hit there. No, I'm hard like garage. Never heard of you.
Sorry, goodbye.
What do I do with the wing nut now? That's definitely the wrong thread, but for a minute,
Right.
it looks good.
Excited. First starting probably a month, maybe
Okay,
a little bit longer.
but with no exhaust. Well,
exhaust.
some of an exhaust. Are we good?
Couple of months, yeah.
Yeah?
Kyle.
I'm excited.
Well, I probably can go, yeah.
Oh, it might be loud. Just realised.
It'll be loud.
Yeah, Chevy 350 without exhausts. Wasn't that loud? Oh, it sparked! Oh, second time today.
I didn't touch the metal bits, it's a jump screwdriver. So after a couple of minutes of Josh getting that engine running and making sure that oil pressure is up, we had a gauge connected to ensure that our oil pressure was connected and also to make sure that the one on the dash was doing as it should. So in this case, I didn't record our pressure gauge, so this is stock footage. But any Chevy V8 should be running around 45 PSI, and then it should drop off between 50 and 20 PSI at idle. This being a race engine, we can imagine that to be a little bit higher, but those are your stock figures for a Chevy V8.
He's
What's up?
You haven't put dipstick tube in.
Oh yeah, that's still on the floor.
Is it pissing right out?
Well, it probably is, yeah. That's why it's smoking.
Yeah.
So whilst I turned it off, so I saw it smoke.
Oh, it's just down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounded good. It tickled the eardrum. Okay, round 2.
Right. Now that it's not spraying out oil.
What, spraying? Whoa! Spraying out fuel instead. Oh!
Cans on, just see what it sounds like with the cans. So we've gone from unmuffled exhaust. This is our new stainless steel exhaust.
Beautiful.
It's looking pretty sexy. We're not even going to put a pipe on the end.
No, we don't need to.
Right, let it run for a minute, Josh.
Oh!
What?
Oh! Smooth!
That's weird, isn't it?
It wants to leak.
Oh yeah!
It's like a race car.
It is!
Have those on it. Got that? I've got one for them. There's
They'll get hot very quickly. Is that the dipstick again that's smoking?
Probably. In the oil. That sounds like refined.
Sounds amazing. Oh!
Just got a bottle on that.
That sounds yeah, turn off. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? Right.
Oh.
No more running for a while because it's not got any water in it yet.
No, do.
That's
Wow.
You can smell the heat.
That looks.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
here.
It does sound quite nice,
It does.
Not as loud.
It's not in
right?
day though.
But it's
but it's got a nice tone to it.
yeah. So, what a day. So we got the exhaust manifolds back on, we got the rock covers sandblasted, we dusted them with a bit of silver, we got the new dizzy cap on, we've done the rotor cap as well as the rotor arm, we've done new HT leads, we've got the manifolds on, new manifold gaskets, we've got that on. Josh has not only completed one side of the brakes in this episode, he's also done the other. We've also put the radiator in, both the control fans, and it runs and drives and it spits flames, Adam C.
It spits flames.
On the next episode of Make or Break, we have our new wheel nuts and we have our new pipes to replace our filler necks. We can get the brakes bled. We can get the coolant system plumbed in. It's going to be a little bit of a boring episode, the next one, so it may be a longer one.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great to watch. Subscribe.
Ultimate.
An ultimate video for you to watch.
There we go.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Oh, you're an arsehole if you don't subscribe. 88% of you haven't subscribed. I love all of you. You're not a complete arsehole, maybe arsehole, but you'd be less of an arsehole if you did subscribe. So subscribe. Bye! Quick reminder, hit that subscribe button, the like button, and then the bell button, so you get alerts when we release new episodes, and follow us on social media too for extra stuff and more alerts about videos we're releasing, which at the moment is every Sunday and the odd Wednesday too. Bye for now.